All right. Welcome back to the Turfy Show.
Hello.
Oh, whoa. That was...
You want to start over?
No. That was just fine. But welcome back to the Turfy Show, everybody. I'm the Jaw Man.
I threw John off, apparently.
And on the opposite side of me is Miss Mary. How the hell is everyone doing tonight? Mary, how the hell are you doing tonight?
Well, I was doing fine until I saw that picture. Our podcast picture. So that's from 2 years ago. A year?
That's when we first moved here. So yeah.
So 2 years ago. And I just feel like when I look in the mirror, I don't see that.
What do you see?
Not that.
But
it's funny because at that point in time, I probably saw the same thing I see now.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to hear your bomb before I deep dive into that.
Oh, my bomb.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You have a bomb.
I have a truth bomb. So a little bit. Okay. So.
Are we doing video too?
No, it's just a static image.
Okay. I'm like, you gotta.
We are live on multiple platforms.
Okay.
My truth bomb is I've been talking about this for a little bit, maybe a lot of it, and I think it might happen.
Okay.
I'm going to get rid of social media.
Oh.
Right?
Okay.
But while I was setting up this podcast and getting everything ready, I was on my TikToks and I just watched someone that had to adopt a shit ton of dogs because they were abused and all this stuff. And like, I know that dogs get abused and animals get abused. I just don't want to see it. And like, I'm either going to start adopting a shit ton of dogs or I got to get off social media.
I know. 9 times out of 10, if I'm crying, why am I crying?
A dog video.
On social media.
Yeah. So it's just like, I either need to become a solution to the problem or I got to be oblivious to the problem. Like I don't have the mental capacity anymore. And I wish it wasn't like this, but I don't have the mental capacity anymore to watch that type of content.
Okay. Here, can I give you my opinion on this?
Yes.
I think that, yes, we can feel empathy for those videos. Okay. Like that is sad shit. And we are animal lovers.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you guys don't know, our dogs live they live a better life than most humans. Just go check out their socials at Mr. Bruno the Basset or at Mr. Bruno _ the Basset. Not a plug. This is just a point. Like if you want to know the extremes we go for our animals, that's somewhere to start. But we can do, like, each person can only do what they can do, right? Like, you and I can donate to shelters. You and I can make sure our animals have the best life that they can. You and I can make sure, like, for example, the art I bought this week, the proceeds go to animal shelters.
Yeah.
My dog he's a micro influencer. I don't even know that I would call him an influencer, but I do about every 6 months, I do a charity run for dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Like at the end of the day, those videos, like I understand they're there to bring awareness, but like the only people that engage with them are people like you and I, where we're already doing everything we can.
Yeah. I mean, it's just sad because it's like when it's like one state away, you're like, I am fucking close enough to like adopt 100 dogs.
But can we actually adopt 100 dogs?
No, but it makes me sad that I cannot adopt 100 dogs.
Because we can't, like, I think having a dog is a privilege.
It is. It's like having kids. It's a privilege. Well, I guess that's whatever.
Yeah, that's a whole nother topic. But I mean, vet bills, toenail trims, baths, training, toys,
love and care, walking,
energy,
time.
effort. Like, we're getting rid of our carpet because it smells like dog.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, that's an expense that we wouldn't have if we didn't have dogs, right? Like, but I'm not gonna not let my dogs downstairs. Furniture, like we need new couches, but I don't want to buy new couches because I have dogs. So
yeah, I mean,
and I'm gonna let my dogs on my couches.
They're just hairy. Mm-hmm. They should. And
but that's nothing they can do. Like, they're not doing anything wrong.
no,
Like, that's their human nature.
it's their dog nature. I don't know. Maybe that's not a good reason to get rid of socials, but like, I was just like, fuck, man. Like, I just can't anymore.
You can't do the downer videos anymore.
No. And like, that's all my socials are anymore. It's just downer videos, decisive videos. I can't. I don't have the mental capacity for everything that's going on in the world anymore. Like, I used to think when we first started this podcast in 2020, like that was the low of the low of the low.
Mm-hmm.
And I was fucking wrong. Like, I feel like 2024 is like the low of the low of the low.
Really?
I do.
Like, emotionally or
For
socially?
me, yes. And just like progressively as a human society.
Okay. Like, you need to be more specific here.
Yeah, just like progressively as a human society. Like, from 2019 to now, it's just gotten fucking terrible. You know?
And you can hear the dogs in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, you doing trauma, mama? Oh, that's Bruno.
Yeah.
We got our non-vocal dog being vocal right now.
We do. It's because the other one's playing with his toy.
He doesn't even play with that toy.
So a funny thing about what's been going on with Canton lately is he is playing with toys lately just to annoy the shit out of his brother and to get a reaction.
Mm-mm. It's funny.
And like the reaction he gets is like, and then he'll play with it. He's like, I'm not paying attention to you. Nope. Nope. And then Bruno will like throw a little bit of a fit and then like take the toy and then they're just off playing. It's almost like Canton's doing it just to
get Bruno to play with him.
Get Bruno to play.
He figured out how to finally get Bruno to play with him. Because it used to be Canton would just yell at Bruno, like, play with me, play with me, play with me. And now Canton's figured out how to pique Bruno's interest.
Yeah, I think it's cute as fuck.
It is cute.
I mean, because yesterday we were on the patio, hanging out, drinking a seltzer water.
It's seltzer water. I was like, we didn't drink last night.
Sorry, sparkling water. And we were just defragging from work. And I saw my little baby Canton. He had like fucking 3 toys on his dog bed, all 3 of which Bruno plays with. And he was like going back and forth of like chewing on each one. And Bruno's just sitting there watching him play with all 3 of his favorite toys. And I know Canton's just doing it just to get Bruno's attention. So he plays with them. Because now Canton now that he has Bruno's attention, is like rolling over on him and like doing all these things. And it's funny.
Yeah, they are funny. So again, like, we already have 2 dogs, right? Like, we're at max capacity for dogs.
We cannot
our lifestyle.
We cannot save 100.
No. I mean, I don't want to say we struggle with 2, but it is a challenge to have 2.
I think 2 is a perfect amount. Even though sometimes I want to get a dog for my second dog.
I know. But we can't.
We can't.
Cannot have a third dog.
I like having 2 makes me regret not having a second when we had our first.
Oh, for sure.
Because they love each other so much. And obviously they love humans and they both get human time. But the amount of affection they have for each other is just like nothing I've ever seen before.
Which also stresses me out.
Yeah, because they're pretty close in age. And
buddy, you're just being a drama.
But they're fucking cute.
Yeah, so they're a year apart.
Mm-hmm. A year and a month.
Yeah.
Like they're super close in age. Kind of how like you and I are.
Mm-hmm. So if the younger one and this is just like me and John, if the younger one goes first in 50 years, we're going to be fine. But if the older one goes first, we are not going to be fine. Because Canton, our little baby, and don't get us wrong, Bruno is our he is our baby. But our younger one was a rescue, and for all intents and purposes, was a rescue. And his separation anxiety is real. Like, it's the older one's birthday tomorrow. This is ridiculous. I don't care if you guys judge us. I don't care if we lose followers because of this. But so my older dog's birthday is tomorrow, which, yes, I got a puppy safe cake and I was locked in the room wrapping his presents. And the younger one, Canton, was crying at the door because he didn't have access to me.
Mm-hmm. Even though Bruno was laying on my lap, I was in the same, like, I was in,
You were in the same room as Canton.
I was in the same room as Canton.
All three of you were in the same room.
Yeah, we were downstairs. All four of us were downstairs. You were just in your office wrapping presents. I was in the living room of the basement, hanging out with Bruno. Bruno was like on my lap, and Canton is like, I can't see all of my family. I'm gonna freak out.
Yeah. Bruno was inside at the vet today. Okay, so Canton got his nails done first at the vet. Fine. Okay, cool. Then Bruno went into the vet and he could not see his brother and he lost his fucking shit. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, and it is like the saddest cry.
It is. It is sad. It's almost like he's hurt.
Mm-hmm. Like, I have had people be like, "Oh my God, is he hurt? Is his leg broken?" And I'm like, "No, he just can't see his brother."
And I think that's like one of the only downsides to Canton is he has like severe anxiety.
And severe separation anxiety, too.
Severe separation, and Mary likes to call him my dog because I have those things. And then, obviously, when Bruno has his problems, like, he's my dog because I have those type of things. But,
Stop.
no, and I have thought about getting some, like, CBD or something just to calm him down just a little bit. Like, I don't want his personality to be gone. Like,
I just feel bad because I know it stresses him out so bad when he can't. If he does not have access to all four of us. Like, okay, so when John leaves for work in the morning, you leave for work around 9. Canton does not come downstairs. He sits in the window for 2 hours waiting for you to come back. He does not like give up on you coming home until like 10:45, 11 o'clock.
Why did you just tell me that? I didn't want to hear that. That's so fucking sad.
It is fucking sad. And then when I get off work, so at 5:20, they come down to let me know it's time for me to be off work. And I'll, like, depending, I've been working a little bit later because, you know, life. And then between 5:45 and 6 o'clock, they will not leave the window because they know you're on your way home.
That's so cute.
I know. And then if they, like, even if you just go out to water the lawn, it's like.
Yeah. Depending on the circumstance, like usually if I go out to water the lawn, they'll be fine with it. But if it's like a time of day to where Canton knows he usually gets a ride or a walk, he knows is like, bitch, I'm supposed to be with you right now.
Yeah.
Like he knows time schedules. Like he is on a time schedule. He knows exactly when he's supposed to be fed.
Yeah, which makes me, it does make me want to get a fence for the front just so he could go water with you.
Yeah. I mean, I'd be fine with that.
Or so that I could let them out to greet you, you know?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I do want to get like a little tiny picket fence. I think it'd be cute as fuck in our house.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
You know, we would have like the cutest picket fence in the world.
Agreed.
Plus the postman would stop fucking walking on my lawn.
He wouldn't. He would just step over the top and.
He would.
Which it is what it is.
It is.
He has a hard job.
I mean, we all have hard jobs. But I digress. But
so, anywho, that's our dogs in a nutshell.
I mean, and we, you know, it's so that's, I guess, one of the reasons.
Do we have time, energy, finances, effort to adopt more dogs? No.
But we do have time, energy, and finances to
make these two's life the best we can.
The best. And like, and when we donate and do charitable events, you know, we don't have kids. So, of course, they're going to go to animals.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I think animals are way better than people.
Agreed. Canton, you're being the boy that cried wolf. He, like, Bruno yelled at him and he looked up at you like, Dad, are you going to save me? Yeah, we don't deserve animals. Okay, so you're going to delete all your socials.
I don't know if I'm going to delete them. I'm just going to, like, put them on hold.
So take them off your phone?
Yeah, because I know, like, on, like, Facebook for sure. I think I'm gonna do like, I think there's this mode to where you could like, forgot what it's called, to where you could like not delete it, but kind of like go away from it, you know, like just like take a break. Like I think I just need to take a break from socials, and like I've been slowly doing that with.
Can't kick me back. My battery is dead.
I don't have any more in there, but I have the same oil as you. I've been slowly doing that with like a lot of my socials. Like I haven't posted on Instagram since I got my last tattoo.
Really, my only social media that I really post on is the dogs.
Yeah. Like I haven't posted on Facebook and I don't know how long, maybe 2 or 3 anniversaries ago. And like I will check in on Facebook and like scroll it to see if like anyone has said something stupid or funny.
Mm-hmm.
Same with Instagram, but I don't actively engage in any of my socials anymore. So I guess it's like I'm in the steps of not being on social media.
Yeah, I kind of feel like social media has made me disappointed in the human race.
How so?
Just in like how divided we are, regardless of your political stance. The shit you see, like how angry people get about how other people live their life. It's like, dude, you live your life, let them live theirs.
Mm-hmm.
Like if this girl, listen, I went to college, but not traditional college. I'm a hairstylist by fucking trade. So
You went to a trade school.
I went to a trade school.
You also got your teaching degree in that trade school.
Yeah, but that's all besides the point. So if Sally went to school for technology and Sally spent 6 years getting her bachelor's and Sally makes $200,000 a year.
Good for Sally.
And she's discussing the issues that she's having with her finances due to student loan debt, being a high income earner, and unrealistic expectations of what she thought she could afford. And now that her family is struggling, I don't think it's appropriate for somebody who didn't go to college, who lives in rural America, and when you look at like spend dollars to be like, well, it'd be nice to make $200,000 a year. But like the whole fucking point is being missed in that, right? And people will like, or even vice versa, right? Like Bob went to fucking chiropractor school and he has a successful practice, and he's judging Sam, who never had the opportunity to go to college and can't like get ahead, right? Like his luck wasn't there or his family wasn't established enough. Like I get sick of seeing people shitting on other people for where they are in their lives. Like it doesn't matter where you're at. Like if you can't if you can't meet somebody where they're at, I think you're a shitty human.
Yeah, and I think we're like in this, it's almost like, oh, if I had those resources, or I could do it better, or if I didn't have the resources, this is what I would do to make it better. It's like, dude, like for one, this person is not you,
right?
And you don't actually know what's going on in their life to like make it to where they're struggling or not.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like you and I, like we have been together for almost 17 years, and we have had the lowest of lows, the highest of highs, and we are in a good spot, I think, financially. And like we are more financially secure now than we have ever been, right?
I don't know, because I did make a lot of fucking money when I was traveling.
You did. I would say equal.
But our expenses were higher because we lived in a major city.
Yeah, I would say.
So I would say it's equal.
Equal. So for the past
we do not have much, like we live to a tight budget.
Mm-hmm. That
tight budget does include entertainment, and we can supply everything we need.
Mm-hmm.
Are we loaded? Abso-fucking-lutely not. Like everything is a budget. We do not have fuck you money, but we are able to pay all of our bills and have an entertainment budget.
But with that being said, like, even though like you did travel and you were making really good money while you were traveling, our position right now is stable.
Yeah.
Because we are both working corporate jobs, which gives us a paycheck every 2 weeks, versus the other times like, oh, you can have a slow week or you could have a fucking bomb ass 3 weeks.
Right. Like it was all independent contractors. So like we
Yeah.
never knew when that money was actually going to come.
Yeah. Like,
And then,
yes, you took a pay cut coming here,
Yeah.
but it was always hard to budget your money because you never knew you can make fucking an ungodly amount one month and nothing the next.
And then the other thing that we don't talk about.
So when I say stable, it's like more financially stable as in we could pre-plan everything.
Like we're able to actually budget.
Yes.
Like and budget to like the line item.
Mm-hmm.
Something else that isn't talked about is everything's on the value of money, right? Like the financial value of something. But something that I don't hear talked about enough. And
are you talking about me or just in general?
In general. And I think people are going to come at us because I used to think this too. Like, oh, well, once you have enough money, like this is the next topic of conversation, blah, blah, blah. But when I look back, I did make more money then, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like if you like a cumulative total, like, yes, it was more stressful and we had to like kind of just rat hole all our money. We actually spent less of our expenditure income then because we never knew when we were going to get the next paycheck because of the nature of the jobs that I did.
Mm-hmm. Which, yeah.
But with that came a time sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I never saw my family.
No.
Like, when I tell you before we made the move we made, so 2 years ago, the only way I had a day off with my husband, and I'm talking a day off, like we did not have the typical, oh, you're a family, you have Saturday, Sunday off together. The only way we ever had a day off is if it was Christmas, Thanksgiving, or I took a day off. Mm-hmm. We never had days off together until we moved here.
We had to very much so plan those days off.
Right. Like literally never a day off.
Like together. If we went to Disney, obviously we had days off together. But we'd have to like super plan those days.
Yeah. And don't come at us for going to Disney either, because you can go to Disney on a budget.
Mm-hmm. We have for years.
And we'll do it again.
For 10 years. We're going on Disney on a budget this year too.
100%. And if I can tell anybody how to do Disney on a budget, and affordable. Yeah. Do you have to sacrifice eating in the park? Yeah. Do you have to plan a little and have food delivered to you? Yes. Do you need to pack a specific type of lunchbox to keep things cool? Yes. Do you need to drink some nasty chlorine water because you don't want to spend $5 on a water bottle? Yes.
I mean, the water is getting better though.
The water is getting better. We have water refill stations now. Do you need a new outfit for every day? No. Can you go to Goodwill before and find like $2 to $5 shirts for your trip? Yes. Like, I think that, I don't know, I'm on a tangent because I think that there's like so much overconsumption too. And then everybody thinks that every vacation and everything you do has to like have all these things, right? Like, people think for like a vacation, like Disney, because we do Disney a lot. And everybody tells me, oh, it must be nice. And it's like, I won't sit here and tell you that Disney is not expensive. I will not ever be like, no. Are there affordable ways to do Disney? Yes. You can stay off property. You can drive. And we do have a benefit that I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about.
Sure. I mean, I work at an airport.
Okay. John works at an airport. We do have standby flights. So for us to fly, it's the same to drive. Like for us, like that's that saves us quite a bit of money. Staying off site saves quite a bit of money. Us saying, okay, we're not going to eat in park except for like, we'll get like a Dole Whip and like a mint julep, right? Like,
and maybe 1 or 2 nice dinners the whole trip.
So we'll maybe spend with grocery delivery $400 max for the whole week on food.
I think that's being generous.
I do too. I think that that's like over the top. I
think you could account for like our shopping with that too.
Agreed. Right. And we don't like.
But it's like, you know, when you're shopping for merch, it's like, do you go to Disney Springs or
downtown Disney
to do your shopping, to where it might be a little bit cheaper,
where they have clearance items,
like than in the park,
right?
You know,
do you like? So,
I mean, I will say, yes, we do splurge while we're on vacation, but we splurge on like things that, like, we're not going to splurge. It's not like all of a sudden we have fuck you money when we're on vacation. It's like, all right, so we paid for everything in advance. Either we got a good deal on it, we booked travel through Costco or however to get a deal on these hotels.
Our next trip coming up, we got 40% off our hotel.
And then, like, if we would have booked a different trip, like, we wait till like almost the last minute, because we would have got $300 off the hotel if we would have stayed per night if we would have stayed at a normal place.
Yeah.
We're trying something different. We're going to a different state, a different Disney. We're going to World instead of Land. But like how Mary and I do it, we almost book it almost last minute, because that's when the best deals come, because we just had a coupon to where the hotel we usually stay at is $300 cheaper than what it is per night.
$300 per night.
Per night. Then,
and we've never paid the full price for this hotel.
No, so
it's an offsite hotel. We normally pay max $150 per night, max, and I mean that's like
it's an offsite hotel. But you know, they know the system to where they could charge until the oh shit deadline, we're not booked, and then they throw down these discounts, and then all of a sudden that's where Mary and I swoop in. It's like, okay, fuck yeah, you know, we'll get this $150 night. And then all of a sudden, our 4 nights that we're staying there only cost $600 total like for hotels.
Total
for hotels.
Yeah,
you know, and like so that saved us, or that would have saved us, or has saved us in the past thousands of dollars. Yeah. We don't stay at Disneyland Hotel.
No,
because
we order groceries in. We eat sandwiches in the park. We take snacks.
But that allows us, you know,
we don't buy new clothes.
To like, if there's something, it's like, oh, I have to have a churro. We're not going to feel guilty about it.
Right.
You know, but we also know it's like, we have these snacks that are going to keep us full. We have water that's going to keep us, you know, hydrated. So if we want like special snacks, we're not doing it all day.
Yeah. Even down to, I order coffee with our grocery delivery, and coffee goes in. Like, we put coffee in a water bottle.
Yeah.
And that's our coffee for the day.
And we don't do Starbucks every day. You know?
Like, so it is saying, like, okay, like, I'm going to be budget conscious. And then the other thing about this, too, is somehow we're on financial advice right now. I have no idea how
financial
we got here.
Disney advice, by the way. Like, I don't, like, we went from
not doing socials to
not doing socials, people judging people for their incomes and not knowing their situation, to
financial advice for vacationing.
Disney specific vacationing.
I know. It's because that's like our experience. But
and that's our ADHD, because we can't stay focused on one fucking thing. So
but whatever vacation it is. And here's the other thing. I want to be clear. Like, we have one car. Well, we have 2 cars, but we have one car payment. The other car is a 1991. We live
so we have an 11-year old car, and we have a 32-year-old car.
Right. We live in a very modest home. Like, we live in a modest home in a modest neighborhood.
Nothing flashing.
Nothing. Like, it is very,
it's like 1960s.
Yeah, like
in the 1960s, it was the cookie cutter house.
Yeah, and our neighborhood's cute, and I love it, and that's not what I'm saying, but I'm saying we live in a very modest home.
Yeah. I mean, compared to homes these days, honestly, I love it way more.
Agreed.
Like, I would rather live in that. Think about this, like Edward Scissorhands, the theming of that, you know, with the Avon lady fucking knocking on your door and whatever. That, when this house was built, that what was going on.
Yeah.
You know, so like we live in a cute neighborhood.
Yeah, like
It's
neighborhood's
older,
cute as shit.
but now, you know,
But we live in a modest home.
but what was it, like 57 years later?
Yeah.
It's old now.
It's old. We live in an old house.
Yeah.
It's cute. You know, it's been updated for the most part, but it's still, even the updating isn't like our countertop is a Home Depot special. Our counters are like builder's grade cheap ass cabinets. Like our carpet's builder's grade. Like we live in a modest home.
Yeah. Very much.
Like, so the
Nothing
rest
is
of the
custom.
year, outside of that one vacation we take a year, we live very frugally. Like we live within our means. And that looks different for everybody. And because this is what it looks like for us, doesn't mean that like we should judge somebody else.
Yeah.
You know, is the moral of all of that. But I think everybody picks and chooses what they spend their money on, and we pick and choose to spend our money at Disney, budget style.
Well, and I think that, you know, like the way you and I live is, I mean, sometimes we get a little bit of judge for it because we don't keep up with the Joneses.
Yeah, we don't. And
Like,
there is a little judge there.
There is. And like Mary and I, we're very in tune of what Mary and John like. Like, these are the things we're going to focus on. Like, yes, I have like
Projects.
projects and stuff that I focus on and stuff that I like, you know, but Mary and John, we have both taken those things that we've liked and we've built upon these things for, you know, 10, 15 years. Like, I have a shit ton of music equipment that like I've acquired through the years. So yes, I'm going to use that to, you know, help with the podcast and help with my sound system and my, you know, and so like we put things together because that's what we have, and we become little tiny micro professionals and experts at these little hyper focuses we have. But like, we don't go out and we're not flashy. We don't have a razor. We don't have an RV. We don't have a boat. We don't have 3 cars. We don't have $100,000 truck. We
don't have a landscaper. We don't have a house cleaner.
I mean, we might get the house cleaner.
We might get the house cleaner, honestly.
I mean,
for
we might,
quality of life.
Yeah, we might get the house cleaner. The landscaper, like, I think I've been doing a decent enough job to like not need one. Like, I feel like our yard's nice, right? Like, I've done a good job.
I think so.
You know, like to where I wouldn't need one. But like the
I
thing
think
is,
like landscaper would just be a time saver. It's
Yeah,
the
it's like,
only reason
hey,
we would
can
maybe
you-
for like the actual labor of it.
can you please lay these rocks and do this cement path that I want to do,
Yeah.
but I just can't fucking get to it.
Yeah, because you
You
don't
know.
have the time.
Yeah. But like Mary and I, like we don't have toys. And to be quite honest, like maybe that's a good flaw that we've
Yeah.
had, that we've never actually wanted those
I know.
toys.
I don't get my hair done. I don't get my nails done. I do get a pedicure about every 3 months. I don't buy expensive makeup. I do buy like to like TikTok social media terms. I don't buy expensive skincare. I feel like it's
Unless you find something that works,
yeah.
and then you will. The other thing is, we're very strategic about the money we spend.
Mm-hmm.
If there is something that works or it's something you're going to have long term, we will spend the extra money so we're not buying
Agreed.
it every single month.
Right. So like my favorite sandals, right? They're $150. But I've had the pair I have right now, I've had for 3 years.
Yeah.
So it's like I'll spend the money on those. Like
Yeah.
I'll spend money on quality things that I know are going to be a every day or every summer, every winter. Right? Like I spent some good money. I spent $200 on snow boots this year.
And they've been a great investment.
But in the winter, that is literally the only pair of shoes I wear is my snow boots.
You bought a really nice purse, but you know that that purse is specifically not made for you, but it fits every single thing that you need.
Right.
And it's really decent quality.
It's not going to fall apart next week, right? Like
You know,
it's
so
going to
you're
be
gonna
a
have it.
2 to 5 year purse. Like,
And it has a warranty. You know,
Yeah.
same with some of the shit I buy. You know, like I buy things that are going to last. And sometimes the things that last do cost a little bit more money, but we're strategic about what we buy in those aspects.
But on the other hand, we went to Goodwill today and I was like, I need some new clothes, like just like switch up the closet. And I spent $20 and got 4 shirts today. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, you know, like these are all good brands. They all look fairly new. Like they just need a good wash. And
well, I have one of my polos is a $75 polo, but we got secondhand and there's nothing wrong with it. There's no stains on it. It fits like a $75 polo, but we got it for like $3.
Yeah. I don't even think I paid that for it.
You know, so it's just like, of course, like there's
honestly, the other thrift store is better for those for you.
Yeah. But,
in
you
my
know,
opinion.
it's like things like that, you know, like we do buy new things, but we're also like, and this is something that like I will praise Mary and I for, like not the toot our own horn, but fucking might as well toot our own horn. It's our podcast. We do whatever the fuck we want. Like we are thrifters. We've always been thrifters. Like our whole life.
I think that comes from when we were like so poor that it was like literally all we could afford was like a $5 couch. And we're old, so we used to be able to get $5 couches from Goodwill.
Or free. But
or free.
You know, but like we're thrifters and we always thrift like shit that can be thrifted.
I think every purchase we make it's just like, okay, is this something that we could afford the brand we want? Yes or no? No. Okay. Well, let's hit the thrift stores for the next few weeks and see if we can find something comparable within the budget of what we're able to spend. Yeah. If it's yes, then it's like, okay, for a coffee maker. Okay. We drink coffee we're coffee drinkers. Okay. Is this something that would be worth saving up for? You know, I don't know. Anywho.
I don't know. I think Mary and I, like, we're pretty decent with the way we spend our money. Cause like we don't overdo things.
We overdo food.
We overdo food. That's one thing that we have a flaw in. But then again, like, you know, when we go out on a Friday night and have a couple of drinks and have a good meal, like, fuck, you can't even go to the movies anymore
for less than $100.
For less than $100. So, you know, when we have a few drinks, have a couple of good meals, we both don't have to cook. We could just sit down at a table, talk, drink a beer, not have to worry about cooking food for ourselves
or cleaning
or any of that. That's worth it to us. Like that's time. Because once you put in cleaning, once you put in cooking, once you put in, I mean, there's the beer's always stocked in our fridges, but once you put in cooking and cleaning, at that time, like we've just lost time being able to hang out with each other and connect after a long ass week. You know, we wasted that cooking and cleaning, and by the time we're done eating, cooking, and cleaning, and drinking a beer, it's bedtime.
Yeah.
You know, we don't have.
But that circles back to like the time factor that I was talking about.
Yeah, it does. Circles way back. You know, time is everything.
I know. I mean, people say time is money, but time is so much more than money.
I think time is. I mean, I think, you know, people say money can't buy you happiness, and I think at a certain price it could help with happiness. But I think time helps with happiness.
I agree.
You know, because once you have time, and Chris, sorry, we don't do call-ins, but you're more than welcome to chat and we'll read them out. Once you have time to do things after being an adult, I feel like that makes you happy. Does that make sense what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, like when your time is your own.
Mm-hmm. Or not just my own, but like I have time to hang out with my wife's. Wife's.
Wife?
Wife.
Wife's?
Wife's.
You got another wife you ain't telling me about?
I mean, depending on the personality. I'm just kidding. I jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Time to hang out with my dogs. You know, like, and a lot of the time I have to make time for it because I have to be unselfish in how I spend my time when I'm trying to defrag. And that's something that I have to work on too. It's like when I'm defragging, I have to like, I know that I need a few minutes, but I don't need to take that few minutes into a few hours.
Mm-hmm.
Like I need to be able to.
You need to figure out how to cope within, I think within an hour.
Yes.
Is a fair and reasonable time frame.
Yeah. And maybe like, that's something I need to work on. To be like, okay, I got an hour.
Because you like it's when you take the entire evening, that's when it's like, all right.
And we're both guilty of that. You know?
No, I'm not saying just you.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying we're both guilty of like spending way too much time with our coping mechanisms, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, but you know, I need to be better about making time for, you know, my family instead of coming in the house and kicking my dogs and slapping my wife saying, fuck you guys. No, I don't do that. Chris, we don't take call-ins. Sorry, sir.
Slapping my wife. Could you imagine?
No, I'd get the shit kicked out of me. So hard.
Oh my gosh.
But no. I mean, I think, you know, once you kind of, I think everyone is kind of in a, you know, let's figure this shit out, you know, type of phase. Everyone that I talk to, at least.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's just a challenge with the state of our world right now.
Yep.
And like capitalistic society and political tension and
keeping up with the Joneses.
And like we're in like mass consumerism right now, and it's
making up for that COVID.
It's insane.
Shit, I guess.
Like it's like you guys don't have to have the latest and the greatest. You don't have to have every piece of makeup. You don't have to have every new hair care line. You don't have to have the new car. You don't have to have name brand clothes. Like, and maybe it's always been that way. Maybe it's just like heightened now with social media. But it's like, okay, you know, I got one foundation. I don't need 3 more because I want to try a new one, you know?
Well, I think like, especially with like the makeup scene, like you have these makeup influencers, you know, that are obviously getting their shit for free, or if they're not getting their shit for free, they're obviously making money with the content because they keep pumping it out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, of course they're going to have every single shade, every single product, every single brand. But
the way they portray that is that you should too.
You should too, and you need it. Every single brush, every single pencil, every single sharpener. It's like, no, you need your staples. Like, what foundation is good? What sealer is good? What SPF if I'm going out there? What eyebrow pencil do I need? What, you know, mascara do I need? What is my favorite lipstick? Okay, so you have your foundation of your 4 favorites, you know, like, and after that, do you need more? No, because after that, in my opinion,
do you need a cream blush and a powder blush and a bronzer, a cream bronzer and a powder bronzer, and then a liquid eyeliner and then a powder eyeliner? Like, sure, yeah, if you want your makeup to last forever and ever and ever, you should do all these steps. But most of us work a fucking 8-hour day, and that's all you need it to last.
And most of us don't need to look like we're on a magazine cover.
Right.
You know, it's like, I'm sorry, like, I like real looking people, and like, not every single woman needs to look different, like so drastically different. And this is like, I think the bad, and we only have a few minutes left. This is like one of the bad things about social media and influencing. Like, you are influencing these people to put on all of this, and this has been for decades, like all this makeup, all this product to be the person that you want to be, right? To the point to where when that makeup is not on, you are not the person and you look completely different. It's almost like being catfished. You know, it's like, why change yourself here? Like, I understand, wear makeup. It makes you...
It should be an enhancement.
Exactly, an enhancement. You don't need makeup to be beautiful. Use the makeup to use your beauty that you already have and enhance it to make to feel better, right? Like, okay, we're going out for a special dinner. I just want a little pop with it, right? Or we're going out in town, just a little pop. But you don't, not
You
every
don't need to
single,
look like a completely different
not
person.
every single person, every single day, 7 days a week, 365 should have 13 layers of makeup on. You know, like that shouldn't be the standard. The standard,
The new trend right now is your makeup's not lasting enough. You're not using enough.
yeah, and that shouldn't be the standard because you know what? People like you and I, you, because you wear makeup, I do not. You don't have the luxury of spending an hour and a half in the bathroom every day to look like this other person for an hour, like for a meeting or for a night out. You know, like
an hour a week. And
why can't we just take this natural beauty of everyone that wears makeup and just enhance that instead of making this makeup your identity? The identity should be you,
which is real for me. Like it's like, so I worked in the beauty industry for 15 years. I switched careers, and not wearing makeup is real for me. But also, I'm too fucking tired and wore out to do makeup every day. Like I'm in my I'm exhausted and don't care right now era. But it is hard because even with makeup, I don't look like myself at this moment in time. I don't feel. But without makeup, I'm like, who the fuck are you? Like looking back at me.
Well, and to be quite honest, you're a millennial, and millennials are fucking heavy on that makeup.
I've cut way back on my makeup.
No, you have, but I'm just like you were raised with makeup. I remember when I was in like early high school, and women would have or girls at that time would have like fucking layers of makeup, different shades, and you could see where they did their makeup and not did their makeup around their jawline, and like it was just layer upon layer upon layer upon layer. I don't know, but maybe that's the feminist to me, and just like you don't really need all of that, you know, like fucking. I don't like, and maybe I'm different. Like I don't need all the makeup. Like honestly, like women have way better features than men will ever have, and those features are just fine by themselves, you know?
Yeah. I know. I feel like mascara goes a long way, though. A little bit of eyebrow goes a long way.
I mean, yes, but that's a little bit of mascara, a little bit of eyebrow. It is not a 2.5 hour, let's get this person like Hollywood style makeup photo shoot.
John's on catfish TikTok right now, in case you guys didn't know.
No, well, some of it is catfish. Like some of it, but I don't know. I just think that it doesn't need to be
as extreme.
The standard.
I don't know. Have you seen beauty standards lately?
I mean, I follow a lot of TikTok people, or not follow, but like they come across their like my feed, and I will say some do or do not have teeth, and like they just like, yes, they look really like they look beautiful with their makeup on. Well, they also look good without their makeup on. But it's like, I don't know. It's like, I don't know. Maybe now I'm just rambling. You got me in a fucking loop.
It's okay.
You got me in a loop.
Social media, cancel it.
Yeah.
Because you went from caring about dogs to caring about these women that don't need to wear all the makeup.
They don't. They don't.
Oh my God. We told somebody at the bar tonight John was a feminist, and the whole entire bar went silent. Well, it wasn't a bar. It was a pub.
And then they didn't talk with us like the rest of the night.
Yeah. Because I was like, oh, he'll take her side no matter what. So.
Well, the thing is, I was taking her side.
Oh, you were.
Yeah. And maybe that's why they got into a fight.
What were you taking her side about? What was the drama?
So he's 10 years older than her.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then me, our bartender, and her, we were all born in the same year. And then we were just like talking, BSing, like calling him an old man. And she's like, well, that's why I call him daddy, because he's so old. She was like, and you'll be calling him daddy too. I was like, give it a little bit of time and I'll be calling him daddy. Yeah. You know, so we ended up basically making fun of this girl's fucking boyfriend for being old, and I guess kind of ganged up on him. So that's probably why they were fighting.
Well, I was nice. I told him he didn't look that old.
He also said, it doesn't matter what your girlfriend thinks. John's going to take her side.
Yeah, I did.
So there was that, which I did. Well, because I like her. Like I don't
she's
mind.
feisty, but
She is, and I don't mind her boyfriend either. Like they're both like
nice.
They're nice people. Like we see them probably once
a month.
Once a month at the pub. You know.
Yeah.
Maybe if we're not going to the pub that often, every
other month.
Every other month. So
yeah, like we've seen them. I don't want to say regularly, but often.
So they are more. So their schedule is
later
Saturdays. Our other friends are
earlier Saturdays.
And we're like kind of in between, like all
like
these
if
people.
We're gonna go,
like all the people that we kind of hang out with always gets out before Rowdy Crowd starts.
Yeah.
So like we got some earlier friends, we got some mid friends, and then we got us that are kind of like the in between sporadics and more like we'll show up at like 4:30, which is kind of like when the day drinkers start going home. And then we start like hanging out for a couple of drinks and like an appetizer, and then we're gone at like 5:30 or 6.
Yeah.
But fun stuff. Anyway, so that's all we got for the Chirpy Show.
Thanks for hanging out with us, you guys.
Yeah,
Sorry we went on such a hard tangent.
Yeah. You don't need to wear that much makeup.
I'm about to pee my pants.
All right, go pee your pants. We love you guys. We'll talk to you next time we talk to you. Thanks for hanging out. See ya.